So Angel of Love is asking you, are you seeing all that love around you? Natasha, we're doing collective reads right now, baby. Booking one-on-ones is where we get all into the nitty-gritty. But Angel of Love, so we do have love around you. So if you're wondering if someone's going to reach out to you, potentially. And ask the universe. Be like, universe, show me if this person's for me. And then sometimes they do call. Angel of Strength. So Angel of Love and Angel of Strength. Whenever I see... So this is very much like the Leo card, right? It's being strong. And sometimes being strong is battling your own intrusive impulses. That's really what it is. Angel of Strength is saying, can you tame your own lion? Especially around love. So right now is not the time to be impulsive right now, especially in Mercury retrograde. Okay, so guys, like Mercury retrograde, because Mercury has to deal with communication, right? So making sure that you're not impulsive and hasty. And we're also in the eclipse season, which offers like a lot of cutting and volatility. So make sure that when you are talking to people that you love, that you're taming your own lion so that you don't hurt the ones that you love. Okay, Mercury retrograde is notorious for people coming back or miscommunications. And it's kind of that whole like, be very mindful of what you're saying and who you're saying it to right now. All right, so... Okay, and Goddess of the Moon, Archangel Raphael, and the World. So there are things that you're not seeing behind the scenes. These cycles are closing out. And Archangel Raphael. So you have angels all the freak around you, right? Or sorry, yeah, no, it was Raphael. He's very heart, earth, right? So realizing that some of these closes have to... some of these cycles have to close because you weren't seeing everything. Okay. So being mindful of that, but also know that you, like, your ancestors really need you to know. Your spiritual team really needs you to know. Like, they've got it covered. You're protected. Enjoy life. Sit back and relax. Door to romance. The more you rest, the more you're able to receive. Right? We want love, but if you are busy rushing around, how are you receiving it? And I'm guilty of this. I had a dude, he wanted to date. And I was like, well, I'm busy. He's like, well, you're too busy to date. I'm like, well, I'm a business owner. I'm a single business owner. So, like, realizing, okay, what do you actually want? And are you resting to receive it? Because if you're never meeting and if you're never resting, you'll never receive. All right? Hello, hello. If you are coming in, I'm Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. Please let me know how it's going. We are doing collective energy reads, so if anything comes out and it fits, it sits. If it does not apply, let it fly, right? That's everything with advice in life, right? If it fits, it sits. Like cat logic. If that logic actually resonates and you're like, okay, then you let it sit. And if it does not, you're like, no, I don't want to do that. We do that with people's bad opinions, though, too. Like, if you're like, their opinion, you're like, yeah, I see the reason in that. Okay, cool. If it doesn't, then let it go. Okay, yin, yang, finding the balance and the harmony within you. Realizing that we all have masculine and feminine in us, whether we are male or female. And the yin and the yang is finding that safety and that comfort between both sides of you, both the masculine and the feminine side of you, or whatever way you want to look at yin and yang, or the dark and the light side in you. It's saying, okay, everything in life must be balanced, so I must find my balance. Know yourself is a lot of my advice that I give to people. Like, know who you are so that when other people try to tell you who you are, you know that it's a lie. Brittany, my little love, we're doing kind of collective energy reads, but as a high priestess and as a mom and as someone who's had a lot of experience in life, sometimes letting them go is the best thing for you because you're being saved from things you don't know. Like I go back to where in rest and rejuvenation, it's time to rest. It's time to relax. It's time to breathe. Even if you feel hella scared, you can stop and breathe for 30 seconds. Make it mindful, right? I look at this chance where, okay, so I was married before and we divorced and I was heartbroken. And then I had a chance 20 years later to see what my life would have been like if I had stayed married to him. And I go, oh, thank God. Like, the angels knew what they were doing when they removed that from my life. So rest and rejuvenation, but you also have to rest so that you can see where you've come from, where you're going. So remember to take that time. S and K. Let's see. I'm going to intuitively channel into the job situation. Oh, will you get the job from the recent interview? It feels like the door is closed on that. And maybe not. But it feels like there's something, it's like, it almost feels like the company is like interviewing, but they're not actually hiring. It's like going through the motions of it so they can say, oh, we're just not finding quality candidates. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. You'll have to see if it fits. But it feels like the door is closed on that. But you also have to realize just because the door is closed doesn't mean that there aren't better opportunities. So realizing rejection is protection. I have to tell people all the time, rejection is protection and it's redirection. Like when you're not invited into that room or that space, that's because there is something in there that would have hurt you that you couldn't see, right? And I've had this happen so many times with like people, places, things where I'm like, oh, I really want this thing. And then a month after that thing passes me by and I learn like, oh, that person was really bad. Or this job, they're actually very sinister. So realizing that not every closed door is like you're the worst, or not realizing that not every closed door is like that's the worst possible. That could have actually protected you. Like the universe is infinitely wise in how it opens and closes doors for people, places, things. So realizing like sometimes we are not the driver. Sometimes we are not the driver. We have to realize that. Even in like interviewing and candidacy, right? Like we think like, oh, we're the best candidate for this. Thank you for the gift, baby. But then we don't realize, again, what's going on behind the scenes, okay? So not every no is heartbreaking. Sometimes a no saves your freaking life. Marissa, when was the time you had a relationship with yourself, baby? I'm not trying to, like, I need you to have, if you don't have a relationship right now, I need you to date you. Because you are the most valuable romantic partner that you have. You're welcome, baby. So please know, date you, right? And then people will fall in love with you. When you fall in love with you, everyone else and the universe falls in love with you. It's kind of actually creepy because I fell in love with me and then everybody decided that they wanted to hate on me. Like, no. Okay, so clean it up, Treasure Island. And I had this happen too. So clean it up is asking you, tidy up your personal space. Even if it's taking 5 minutes and just slowly starting, tidy up your personal space, because Treasure Island, there is something in your environment that you need to stumble upon. I had this daylight savings happen. I went into super cleaning mode. And then I went into, and I did a huge working and production off of that. And I'd been trying to do that for like weeks. So it was finally when I cleared the space and intensively cleared the space, then I could open to create. So clean it up in Treasure Island. You need to be producing, right? You want that treasure, but you have to make sure that everything around it's best for you. Also, your blessings won't come in if there's someone in your way that would block your blessings or take them from you. So you may be over here wanting all these beautiful things, but if you have someone in your life that has evil eye or doesn't like you, then your blessings will be held until that person's moved out of your way. Like sometimes you are being blocked by bad people. I realized, like with my ex-husband, I'm like, because as soon as I moved him out of the way, then sobriety, I started to learn myself. I started to love myself. So it's realizing like your blessings are when you move the things out of your life that are not healthy for you. Leonard, so we are doing collective reads, but I will pull up off this message is clean it up in Treasure Island. So clean it up. Like what about if you're applying to jobs, how does your resume look? Or it's saying like, and clean it up almost feels like mental. Like when you're applying for jobs, are you applying for ones that are just like you feel lukewarm over? Or are you like, I really want that job? Right? And that's the part. A lot of times we're not given something because we're not really that interested or invested. So you have to realize, okay, what type of position do I truly want? Right? Because I've learned, this was not what I started out with. Guys, like I worked in the medical field for a very long time. I've been a mom for a very long time. Reading tarot was not in the cards for me. Being a spiritual woman was not in the cards for me. I did not believe in any of that until I had my own come to Jesus and wake up moment. So if you had told me 5 years ago that I would have been doing this, I would have told you you know nothing. Because at that time, I was still deeply indoctrinated in working in the medical system. So realizing that if you're too stuck on something, you may miss your biggest blessings. So what you may need to be doing may not be what you're doing right now. And that's really what it feels like. What you need to be doing for your life path may not be what you're doing right now. So be willing to change and be flexible. Okay, so peace and time for a nap. If you've been at war your whole entire life, it is time to find your inner peace, even if it's only just your inner peace. And sometimes inner peace looks like being setting the whole world ablaze, right? But it's, how are you going within? How are you realizing, okay, I need to find what brings me happy, and time for a nap. I always tell people, if you're really mad at everybody, go lay down, go take a nap, eat something, take a shower, go outside, ground yourself, but take that time to rest, right? If you're feeling chaotic, you need to get your feet on the ground. Please, please. Okay? All right. Hello. I'm Lara Jo. Thank you for the likes and the loves. I appreciate. Let's see what else we need to know. We are doing Collective Tarot. If you like my vibe and you want to connect, please consider booking a reading with me. And if you can't book a reading, I do have ebooks. I do have workbooks on working through healing, working through manifestation, healing your sacred divine masculine, healing your feminine, healing mother wounds, father wounds. I have those books all up over on my Etsy, right? So if you are you're like, I'm done living in this, it is time to get your life back, go check out my ebooks, right? So realizing, okay, healing is an internal job. It's an inside job. Just like happiness is an inside job. You must make yourself happy, because you can't ask other people to make you happy. Okay, so Melina, we are doing collective reads, my little love. Let's see what comes out. Official person. Maybe that's going in the effect of being... that may be your person. If the energy out there is official person, asking if someone's going to be with you, that could be your person. But realizing that your person, love takes work, right? Love takes work. So you choose every day. Yeah. So I get it. Sometimes though, because I was very much like my counterpart, and then when we had differences, it was very scary differences. So realizing this may be your person, but you're gonna have to work through it. They're a person, they've gone through stuff, and you're a person, you've gone through stuff. Love though, and relationships and partnerships is realizing okay, we have a common goal, we're gonna work together. So love isn't always rainbows, butterflies. It's, do you show up at 3 a.m. when they're sick? Do they show, and actually importantly as well, does that person show up at 3 a.m. for you when you're sick? Or would they be, is it in their capacity to do so? Because we're in this point, we need to be building with people that are going to be there for the long term, right? We're here for the long term, not a good term. So realizing okay, our person is going to see us go through everything. All right. Let's see what else. Hello. I'm Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. If you're coming in, we're doing collective reads. If you like my vibe or want a book, or you just want a tip, that would be great. I greatly need any little bit helps right now. I'm trying to get a few dollars even to get some food because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten in days. All right. Great fortune. All right, so we have great fortune coming to us. I love it. Both times I've talked about money today, money keeps coming out. So great fortune and 6 of Pentacles earlier. So it's coming. It's on its way. Let's see what else we need. Apparently Abel wants to join us. You can't say he's not my son. Just kidding. All right. Let's see what else. Okay. We'll go into that. We're doing collective energy read, community and the thinking man. So I need you to get out of your head and stop, and we are doing collective, but I will answer this. Get out of your head about what your community thinks about someone loving you. Because that's what the energy feels like, is even if they do love you If you're too busy listening to everybody else's opinion or too big in your head, because that's the other, you can't be in your head, you have to actually be doing things. But if you're listening to other people, you may not hear her signs of love, right? So just being very careful about that. Thinking man and community. Make sure that if you're wanting to be with someone, it's for you and not based upon what other people feel about it. Okay? Hello. I'm Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. You're able to decide to come and join us. If black cats scare you, I'm sorry. They are the most beautiful, majestical, loving creatures in the whole entire freaking world. Okay, so that's the part, actually. So she probably is more of an energy vampire than an actual love interest, because it's normal to feel like we're giving, but we shouldn't feel like we're being drained all the time. And she may actually just be siphoning energy off of you. Like, there's a lot of stuff out here, guys, where people are doing energy harvesting, trying to destiny swap. And I do say trying because destiny swapping doesn't work. I have a full group of doppelgangers behind me that they tried to destiny swap. I'm like, no, every time you try to steal my destiny, that means you get to live what I went through. And they put me through a lot, so they're going to have to live through everything that they put me through in order to live in my destiny, because I earned it. So realizing, like, if people are trying to drain you, then it's time to let them go. Okay? Because we can't be in relationships, like, love should be reciprocal. So if you're feeling constantly drained, then let them go. Okay? Abel would have to agree, I guess. Guys, please give Abel some love if you can. Tip, share, donate, buy an ebook. That would be great. Megan, even if they love, a lot of times boys or girls, actually, you'll like be long gone and then they'll realize that they love you, and that's their problem, not yours. Buyer's remorse. Okay, I'm done playing games, but it's coming out in reverse. So if it's I'm done playing games and it's in reverse, that's like there's not quite, like, yeah, they may love you, but they're busy fighting other battles and you do not need to be a part of it. Thank you guys for the heart me. I'm Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. We're doing collective tarot. I was pretending to be someone else, so that's the other challenge. We go, and I am so sorry. Okay, so pretending to be someone else, you can't, like, even if you do love someone, or even if they do love you, if they were not themselves, who do you love? Like, if they were pretending, if you fell in love, but they were pretending the whole time, it's just mind games, right? It's just non-productive, because we can't, like, authenticity is your most that's the most powerful vibration, is authenticity. They say hate or love. No, it's authenticity. When you are genuinely being yourself, unmasked and all, which is hella scary. Like, that's why a lot of times I come barefaced. I come when I'm tired. I come when I'm sick. I come with bare face, because it's that whole, like, masking doesn't help anyone else. If I want others to be authentic, I myself must be authentic. And life is hard. We're all struggling. We're all passing in silence. So we have to come and actually admit what's happening, guys. Okay, we have to admit. We have to be real. Like, I think about it now, because my kids are older, and I never let my kids see me struggle, or I tried to never let my kids see me struggle when they were younger. But then they came up with this, like, thinking that I had all the answers, and I was, like, it's exhausting, because it's like your children need to see you struggle. Your children, or the people that you love, need to see the real authentic version of you, and vice versa. If you're around people that they're not comfortable being themselves, or you're not comfortable being yourself, that's not going to last long term. Okay? So, using your sword and cutting off ties that are not for you. Okay? I always tell people, you have to be your own, like, you have to advocate for you, And you have to tell yourself no. Like, that's hard. Like, friends will be like, let's go out. Well, no, sometimes you have to tell yourself no. Be like, I can't go out with those friends tonight. Not, like, I want to, but it's not in my best interest. So this is the end. It's time to let go of the things that are not holding you, embracing you. Okay? Let it go. Dora Farms. Let's see if anything comes out. Mapul, baby daddies, let them go. Just personal experience, let them go. Okay. And Dora, let me see if you're getting, I can't, the challenge, we can predict, but we're not always accurate. It almost feels like there's like mail delays. It doesn't feel quite like it's to you yet, which I know is not what you want to hear. And here's what I've had, because I'm very much like a control freak. I love to have things, and I have to explain things. Sometimes you just have to realize that there is a timeline outside of you. When you're receiving something from outside of you, there's nothing you can do. So instead of freaking out, breathe, right? It will arrive exactly when it needs to. Don't come for me, though. Not saying that it can't come tomorrow, but it does feel like it's delayed. But instead of freaking out about that, please breathe, rest, drink water, meditate, and make sure that you're taking care of your mental health, okay? Because it will arrive. It just may not arrive exactly, okay? Not probably what you want to hear. Hello. I am Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. If you're coming in, I'm Lara Jo. We are doing collective energy reads. If you like my vibe, please consider booking a one-on-one with me. I do Reiki, sound therapy, inner child healing, PTSD, deep womb healing, all that jazz. I help people kind of talk them off the ledge. I also, on my Etsy, I have ebooks. I have workbooks for manifestation, for deep healing. I have t-shirts, astrology t-shirts, and if you guys want anything, please let me know. I can do any number of things, so if you guys are looking for something specific, please let me know and I'll create something for you. Custom. I love doing custom things for people. Like, I did a custom candle working last week and it turned out beautifully. Yeah, I do a lot of custom work, so if there's something you're looking for, please contact me. We'll see what we can commission for you, okay? I am Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. Yeah. All right. So I ran away because I feel like I couldn't live up to your needs and expectations. That's a them problem. If they're not strong enough to rise up, it's because they don't know what they want. And that you can't stay waiting for someone who's wishy-washy and running away. I always tell people, for me personally, and I'm a Queen of Swords, right? I don't chase dogs, I don't chase men, I don't chase relationships. Like, I don't chase kids either. Because they always think it's a game, or they're scared. They're running from you because they're scared, or they think it's a game. So realizing, like, if they run away, let them run. If they're meant to, they'll come back. And if they don't, that's for them, right? So I ran away because I couldn't live up to your expectations, and I don't know what I want. We are too grown. We are too grown to be waiting for people that don't know what they want, right? Because I guarantee you know what you want. You've known what you wanted since the morning, since you woke up. You've known what you've wanted from the very beginning. So stop putting your fate and depending on people that don't know what they want. Hey, Shales. I know I said that wrong, but hello. I'm Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. Come on in. We're doing collective reads. Talking about life, love, spirituality, all that jazz. This was just a fling. So take and resonate that however you wish. Shales, we're doing collective energy reads, so if it comes out and it resonates, please let me know. I will pull a card for you because you do, in the Twitch community, it runs a little different, so I'll pull a card for you over there, Shales. Pardon me. Apparently 2 cards. 3 cards. Action. Pardon me. Hold on. Those are all confirmations. Guys, if you like hearing me burp, that's confirmations. Okay, so action. The garden and the gate and the temple path. You need to start taking action towards the best life for you, but it's open, right? The temple path and the garden and the gate, it's saying that your kingdom garden or whatever makes you happy is there for you, but are you brave enough to step forward and take it? Right? With action too, because we entered the year of the fire horse. This is very swift energy. This is no longer waiting around and being timid and waiting for permission, but this is asking you to take action towards what makes you happy. Okay? What fills your boat? What looks like peace and calm to you? Okay? All right. So that's just saying whatever actions you need to take, do it to keep continuing your happiness, right? If you found your happiness, make sure you maintain, babe. Do everything powerful, especially right now, because happiness is kind of rare these days with everything going on in the world. Bottle your happiness, hold on to it, make sure you do everything to cultivate it. I am very protective over my peace and happiness, right? If you disturb my peace, I will cut you out. So realizing, be so guarded and protective over your happiness, okay? All right. Whew. Rest and rejuvenation. Have you taken the time to rest today? Have you taken the time to rest in the last month? All right, let's see what else we need out in here. I need time. Okay, so anonymous. We are doing collectives, but I need time. So even if they do love you, so if and it almost feels like a trust issue, right? Giving time, like, okay, so if there's like a breakage of trust, I need everybody to understand, because I had this happen, right? My ex-husband cheated on me. And then he kept saying like, oh, well, you don't give it up because it takes time. Yes. And so cheating, okay, so anonymous, there is a different level of hell for cheaters, right? And it says more about them than it does about you. So please don't take that as, please don't take that as personal. I mean, it is personal, but it's not, it's more about her unmatched needs than anyone else's. I stream on a few different platforms. I run both TikTok and Twitch. I also have Facebook. I also do some others. So I need time. Yeah. Because she's got healing to grow. You've got healing to grow. Right? And you need to be with someone who sees your value. And her cheating, because people think that what they're doing is what you're doing. So she feels that you should be cheating on her, which is not, please don't go doing that, because we don't need to be creating more problems, right? Like I learned a long time ago, like don't clap back. They're already hurting and they're going to get their karma one way or the other, whether it be from you or someone else. But if you keep your hands clean, you don't go getting messy, then you're not the one that gets the backlash when they get in trouble. Right? I always tell people, I'm like, I don't throw hands because I already know that person's getting in trouble and I don't need to be caught up in that with them. Sometimes it's really just watching it and backing up. All right? Hopefully that makes sense and it brings you the guidance that you need. Hello. I'm Lara Joe. Silent treatment. Silent treatment is meant, yeah. I know, babes, but right now, okay, so anonymous right now, because, okay, we don't just get to cheating, right? Typically, there's a lot of things that build up to it, especially in marriage situations. So this is where I ask you on your part to fix your side of the road, and hopefully she'll fix hers. And if she doesn't, though, you've at least fixed your side of the road. So that way, when you actually do go out and if it's not with her, you find a different relationship, you'll be a healed version of you and not the one that she left you damaged with. Like, here's this part. We got divorced, my ex and he went out and got instantly remarried. And I've been healing. But the problem is that he married someone who is horrifying. She is turning him every way except for loose. And I told him that was going to happen. And here's the part of it. I didn't throw shade at him. What I did was I stopped and I healed myself, because the next partner for me deserves to not get hurt because that guy was a dickhead. Right? So it's realizing that you can't fix her, but what you can do is fix yourself, work on your internal stuff. And that way, even if it doesn't work out with her, you will have the most beautiful relationship with the next person. The biggest part. I tell people, I will stop hanging out with people because of how I feel about myself. So, Anonymous, you have to start looking at it and being like, hanging around this person does not make me feel good about myself. Being with someone that felt that our marriage was not vital is not showing respect to myself. Okay? I know that's like I'm going to hold your hand when, I should have held your hand when I said that because it was kind of but you have to, I've started looking at people and I'm like, if being around them makes me feel unlike myself or out of character or combative, I would rather hang alone than be around people like that. I had to cut off my whole freaking family because my whole freaking family was trying to hurt me. And I looked at him like, you know what? I would rather be alone than hang around with people. Yeah. Oh, gosh. That's a lot. That's in Anonymous. That's kind of this sounds more like a one-on-one. We would go deeper into that. I'm going to say it like this. Okay. Because my ex-husband is raising our kids, and not because I wanted him to, but because the courts. But a lot of women, and I've had to do it, right? I've had to go no contact with my kids because of the abuse. Like, I didn't willingly walk away from my family. I was forced to walk away. So women now are snapping under the pressure of being mom, being employees, being wives, being like, we are coming to the point where a lot of times we're just snapping and not coming back. Because it's not worth it. Like for me, I probably could have stayed with my ex if I had been willing to shut up and be abused and have him expose me to STDs because he was out there being unprotected, sleeping with questionable people in God knows places. But it's like walking away from my kids was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made. And I didn't make it lightly, but I also couldn't deal with the abuse and the pressure. So I know that just got really heavy for a second, but women really are collapsing under the weight of having so many children. Because here's the part men don't realize, like having babies, it's a lot of resources on our body. It's exhaustion. And we are 24/7 caregivers, like 24/7, 365 every day. So I don't know, man. That's really, 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 really hard. What I would suggest is, like I say, working on you, working on taking care of your babies, okay? It's not even that. It's her own addictions and unhealed. But the part of it is women don't just leave their kids and run away. We typically, like, that comes from a lot of things that we can't talk about, right? It's more complex than just choosing cheating over our kids. I promise from a woman's standpoint, it's a lot more complex than that. Because we don't typically choose that. Okay. Shannon. I couldn't read if it was Shannon or Sharon. Give me a moment. We'll pull a card out. Hello. I am Lara Joe, Siren Song Lover. We are doing collective tarot. I did get into a little bit of healing stuff. And guys, if you want to talk about healing, on Etsy, I have an Etsy store. I have ebooks. I have workbooks on deep healing, shadow work, mother-father wounding, masculine-feminine wounding, all of these things. So go check out my ebooks, because even if you can't book a one-on-one with me, you can read through one of the ebooks that I've put up there, or you can work through one of those workbooks to help yourself get to the points. And if you need help figuring out which workbook or which ebook is for you, please message me. Okay, and like my ebooks, I think most of them are $7.77, and the workbooks are like $11.11. So it's really trying to be like, okay, how do we start? And I have PTSD workbooks over there. I have chakra workbooks. I have Reiki. I have breath work. Please give me a moment, Shannon. I will pull you a card, but please give me a moment, okay? So like I say, if you can't book with me, you can at least purchase an ebook or a workbook to be able to work through these things, because it's a more cost-effective way than sometimes booking a one-on-one, okay? So please check me out. Okay. And that's Mystic Mess by Salty Theater. Okay, so Shannon, I'm actually going to pull from tarot for you because I feel like it's not just, and I probably feel like this is why it took a little bit to get here, because it's not just a card and it's not just a quick, simple answer that you need. So please bear with me. What does Shannon need to know from her highest good, from her angelic realms, to give her clarity? Okay, Seven of Wands and Queen of Wands. We're going to put a little more on that, okay? Death, King of Wands, Five of Cups. Okay. This was, Shannon, whatever you've been going through, this feels like a battle. A huge one. Because we have Seven of Wands, we have Five of Cups. This is like Seven of Wands is many passions, right? We talk about seven as the number of heaven. But it's, how are you burning yourself out? Five of Cups, this is, because five is all about change, right? So five is that whole imbalance. It's like something needs to change. We've built some emotions, but we feel like we've lost them all, right? Which isn't true. You still have two cups upright, even though three are down. So it's realizing, okay, between these personalities and these energies, between King of Wands and Queen of Wands, what needs to end? What do you finally need to put a death to? That ending. And death is so beautiful because after death becomes a new cycle, a new beginning. So, and don't look at death as scary. Like, I look at it this way. I have gone through so many personal deaths. Like, I have personally buried so many versions of myself that no longer fit, that I can't go back to. So Seven of Wands, Five of Cups, and this battle between King of Wands and Queen of Wands is saying I have to rest and pour into me. So if it's you versus them, baby, choose you. I tell everybody this all the time. Like, I've had moms try to battle with me. And like, if it's me or you, I'm going to choose me. If I have to protect my kids or your kids, I'm going to protect my kids, right? Because you should not put me in a place where I have to fight for my life. So realizing you have to start telling people, I deserve a seat at the table. I'm worthy of a seat at the table. I'm worthy of rest. So stop filling other people. Stop chasing other people's passions. Okay? I know that was a very stern, hopefully you got what you needed. But babes, this is all fire energy. So if you are Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, please let me know. Or even if you're Scorpio, because it's hot and heavy, and like I say, Seven of Wands coming out, it's all fiery, but it's realizing it's burnt you out. And baby, I promise. And this is what I love about the Death card. It's the Phoenix, right? So that transformation, you will rise from the ashes. Just like, guys, the new earth will rise from the ashes of the old decaying systems. So death is not scary. Everybody's talking about there being end times and death. No, it's just death and end times to what we've known. And all we've known for 2,500 plus years is corruption, greed, martyrdom, murder, right? Yeah. So realizing you can't pour into others until you pour into you. So Shannon, I know it took me a little bit, but hopefully I know, but hopefully you got what you needed. Thank you for your patience. I try to help everybody, the ones that truly need it, I do help, but I'm sometimes you gotta be patient, right? Some of my people, I'm I have to spoon feed, right? Some of my clients I've had to spoon feed them information. Yeah. Kind, maybe not. Real, yes. No, just kidding. Also, guys, learn the difference between kind and nice. Nice will tell you anything you want to hear. Kind will tell you the hard part because they love you. Nia, we are doing, hey, Dream It Possible. How are you? I'm Lara Jo. We are doing collective reads, but Nia, Seven of Swords, there's betrayals. So it does not feel like you and boyfriend are getting back together because there are people planning your energy that are being sneaky and painful. Okay? Not to be the bearer of that, but guys, I'm not here to sugarcoat shit. I'm not here to send you into, it's realizing, okay, if If it's reality, see it. I would not believe what Tom says because there's 7 of Swords, betrayals, heartbreaks, pain. No, I would believe what he says with a grain of salt. Dream it's possible for Elisa Flower. Let's see what we need to know. The Emperor. It's time to take your life back, babes. It's time to take charge. This is Aries energy, right? So take charge of your life. Okay? Emperor is saying, be bold. Go forth. The Emperor knows what he wants. And Page of Wands. Page of Wands is saying that you were playing with people that didn't know how. Okay. I love it. I love it. Dream it possible. So Page of Wands. This was either you weren't playing seriously enough about yourself or people were playing with you. And with Emperor, I need you to stand all the way the fuck up. Language, I don't care. But stand all the way the fuck up and say, no, I'm the boss. I am the captain of my own ship. And if you don't like it, walk the plank. Okay? You are the driver of your own life. So start taking back your power. Naomi, my little love, I need you. Did he cheat on you, Naomi? Like, I know you want to be back with him, but my soul is asking me, but why? He's not a good guy, is what it feels like. Please let me know if that resonates. Because I know you're asking about, will you be together again? But my soul is like, he is not a good dude. Why would you want to be with him? He put you through hell. He drug you through the trenches. If that resonates, please let me know. If it does not, then let it go. But it feels kind of... Okay. Hello. I am Lara Joe. If you are coming in, yes, move on. I'm always going to tell you to keep moving, baby. Because it's only your progress that you're delaying. If they are meant to be with you, if that thing's meant to be with you, it's going to have to catch up to you. Right? I am a huge with or without you. People take that mistakenly. They think I'm going to wait for them. I'm like, with or without you, I am doing that dang thing. So whether you show up or not, it's getting done. I need you to take that attitude in life. Right? If people want to be with you, situations, they need to catch up to you. Okay? There's no waiting. This is Fire Horse year. Right? Fire Horse year is like full steam ahead. We're not stopping for anybody. You better have figured it out before we got here. Because the snake was the wood snake and it was all about shedding. Okay, right? And let's talk about snakes. They're beautiful. They're the divine feminine. But knowing that you cannot grow if you do not shed all the old layers of yourself. Like snakes can actually die if they do not shed because they cannot keep growing. And that is ultimately what they must do. We as humans evolve. We are in that never-ending growth and shedding ourselves. So tapping into the wisdom of letting go of things that are not for us or that make us feel constricted or itchy or like we can't be ourselves. Okay? Hello. I am Lara Joe. If you guys like my vibe, please consider tipping because Dream Impossible, I'll swing back to that. Give me just a moment. Let me go into this. If you like my vibe, please consider tipping. I'm greatly hungry. Even a few dollars helps. Cash App is Siren Song Lover. Like I say, even a few dollars, even $5 helps. So otherwise, I have on my Etsy site, I have workbooks and I have ebooks on healing, on shadow work, on interpersonal relationships, on divine feminine, on divine masculine. So if you're needing help with that, please go over there and check it out. I also offer, guys, cord cuttings, egg cleanses, ancestral veneration. So if you guys are interested in that, please contact me. Please message me. Please check out my Etsy. Because like I say, I do all kinds of things besides just reading. If you want to go in deeper, one-on-ones can be booked either through messaging me or through my Etsy. Okay, so Dream It Possible. Here's the part. We have to take things where they fit. If they fit, they sit. If they do not apply, let it fly. So if it feels like it's relevant to your ex-friend, yes, you need to put it where it goes, right? Because they will project the hell onto you, especially Aries. Like, I'm a Libra, so Aries and Libra are counterparts, right? And we get a lot of bad rap. But we also, like, we get a lot of projection and jealousy. So your best friend probably was doing you wrong. Okay, and then Mark and Zoe, are you meant to be together? 5 of Pentacles, only if you want financial lack. 5 of Pentacles, it comes with struggle. Being with this comes with struggle. And I'm going to tell you that love is the same vibration as money. So if your money is bad, that's because your love is bad, right? So 5 of Pentacles, it's letting go of the things. Gently, gracefully if you need. And if you don't need, I mean, you don't have to. We can get ugly, we can cry, we can scream, we can shout, let it all out. But no, it's time to let things go that are not for you. There's something better for you when you let go of that thing that's causing you pain, discomfort, whatever it can be, right? If you're hugging a cactus, like I love when people are like, well, we've been together so long. Okay, that person was the equivalent of a human cactus, right? So if you are hugging a human cactus for 20 years and you're wondering why you're not healing, that would be why. Once you let go of that thing that's prickly and that's painful, okay, you start to heal. Okay. 2 of Wands. This is balancing your foundation. Okay. So instead of Erica, I need you, girl. Because I feel like, Erica, you are about to do some real big things. I need you to slam the door on Andrew. Because it's Mercury retrograde. And of course they're going to come back. But that doesn't mean that you need to open the door. And Mellow, as far as them blocking you, here's the part. You can't control how other people feel about you or their actions. So sometimes you just have to chalk it up and let it go. If they regret it, they'll come back. And if not, they weren't meant for you, right? I will tell you, I very, like, sometimes I'll be like, maybe I shouldn't have blocked them. But then that moment passes. I am notorious for blocking people. And I'm just like, okay, cool. See ya. Okay. Dream is possible. I need you to work on you. Hey, New Beans. How are you? I haven't seen you in forever. Okay. 2 of Wands. We are balancing our foundation. It's time, right? I've been going through it. It's been really really hard. I haven't been streaming in a while. I've got gifts. I do a lot of things. Booking a one-on-one is probably the best way. New Beans, it's life. Like, I've done a lot of healing and trying to rejuvenate recently because of... Okay, so Erica, all psychic is being pattern recognition, noticing the subtle cues, and I'm real good at that. Real good. Much so that my abusive family hates it because I can see all their plays. And even though they throw it against me, I'm always 10 steps ahead, so... I also do, so Erica, I do mediumship. I am a seer. I do talk with the dead. I live on very haunted land, so thanks. Thanks, New Beans. I appreciate that. I don't feel great. Like, that's the part, guys. I look great. I do not feel great. I really wish I had some money to be able to eat. Even $5 right now would really help because I'm struggling like hell. Yeah, and that's the part. Oh, God. No, that's also the part. My abusive family apparently hates it because I don't look like what they've been. I don't look like what they've put me through. Because my daughter, who's part of the smear campaign, who's part of the team that's coming against me, they always hate how I don't look like what I've been through. I always glow up after shit that they've thrown at me. That being said, though, is that transmuting and alchemizing. Like, I put it in a long time ago that anything that's thrown at me is alchemized for my better. So when they throw beauty magic at me, it's just making me prettier because you can't throw free energy at me and me not use it. Okay. Erica, let me see if I can tap really quick. The problem is I don't normally do specific questions like this in readings because it does stop for everyone because channeling, and it's not always your dad that wants to come through. That's the people that people don't love. Like, it's not always your dad wants to come through. Sometimes it's someone else. Let's see if anybody does want to come through for you, though, Erica. Let's see. Does Erica have anybody wanting to come through? It's okay. Do you have a grandma that you really loved that loved baking? And do you have a lot of trauma around your dad? Okay. Because I'm like cinnamon rolls. Okay. Clara, clarity. I'm a Lara. But Clara is clarity. Cinnamon rolls or like baking. I'm sensing like a kitchen, warm light streaming in. I need you because, okay. Did you sit with her a lot when she did it? Because can you do me a favor? If you can take, okay. If you go to the store today, can you pick up like a little, like even just a little individual piece of cake or a little piece of pie and leave it out for her? Because it's like she's around you and she's protecting you, but she wants you to remember that spiritual communication is reciprocal. Okay? So I love the commonalities. I love how universe speaks through us. So Tempest, if this resonates for you, please know Grandma is watching over you. And please, please, please bring them an offering. Bring them something small, right? Because they want to connect with you and they are watching you, but they want to be recognized. Because you are, and Erica and Tempest, I need you to realize that your grandmothers lived through what you're going through right now. So if you want to know how they got through it, ask their energetic to help guide you. And we do that again by offering offerings. I sometimes even just a glass of water, shots of alcohol, tobacco. The ancestral realm loves tobacco and alcohol. It's a great currency. If you want to make them real happy, alcohol, right? So please be feeding your ancestors because your ancestors want to feed you. They don't want you struggling and crying. They see you struggling and crying right now. They don't want you to be, but you need to tap into that knowledge. And how we do that is by recognizing, honoring, and opening that door. And guys, if you want to know more about ancestral stuff, please come work on me. Please come work with me one-on-one. I do so much stuff. I do connect with ancestors, okay? So it's realizing. So that's Erica. It's not dad that wants to come through, it's grandma. Because in a lot of ways, I feel like your dad wasn't necessarily a great man. And don't come for me because there may be some healing, trauma healing that needs to be unpacked there. And that's something I've worked through and I can help you work through. But right now it's grandma. Grandma wants to remind you that, God, okay, I may actually start crying here for a second. So guys, please, your ancestors, if you identify as the curse breaker, right? Please know, while it's painful as hell and the whole family is going to come against you, you are the one that your ancestors prayed for. You are the one, and I'm sorry to get emotional, but I have to tell you, like, if you took on the breaker of the generational path, which a lot of us incarnated did right now, because we are here to break the whole system, right? You are the one that your grandmothers prayed for. So please remember that. Please know that you are so loved and protected and taken care of, and to tap into that because you are the one. No, not your siblings, not your mama, not your daddy. None of them were strong enough to be able to say this ends with me. Okay, so please know that you are the answered prayer that your grandmothers, your great-grandmothers, your grandfathers asked for. Okay? Yes, they are. Girl, you need to please come work with me one-on-one. Because, yeah, and I'm going to tell you this also. Your ancestors won't let you stop. They will literally keep pulling you back into the matrix. Even if you slide off the damn rocker, they will pull you back and say, nope, you've got homework to do. You've got a path to finish because I couldn't do it. Yeah. Okay. So let me get in here. Let me answer. So Paul, we are going to do dream it's possible. I need you to work on you, babe. Okay. So guys, I will answer ancestral spiritual questions. As far as people having feelings for you, I'm going to say, like, watch for the signs, but also open your mouth. Tell people how you feel. Tell the universe, and then it'll come back to you. And Madeline. Okay. As far as your mom watching over you. Yes, she's watching over you. Let me figure out what she wants you, what she's thinking about, though. Because a lot of it's like, James Scribbler, you're going to finish your thesis this month. I'm going to challenge you to. This is my challenge to you. Because you are your own biggest enemy and ally. So anything you put your mind to, you will accomplish. You will accomplish it. Okay. Madeline. Your mama says you're worrying too much about little things. Okay. Adeline, it does feel like you're pregnant. Very early, though. It feels like a girl. Hello. Thank you, Sarah. How are you, baby? Okay, Wheel of Fortune. We've been putting in the work. I want to talk about this, guys. People say Wheel of Fortune's luck. Nope. You put yourself in those positions. You set yourself up for success. Sarah, I would be even better if I were eating. I'm like so freaking broke. I can't even afford food right now for my animals, and I'd be so much better with some cash money. Wheel of Fortune, though. We've done the things. We put ourselves in the place of success, right? So when people say, oh, you're so lucky. Nope, baby. I worked for that. Siren Song Lover. Thank you. Siren Song Lover. So Wheel of Fortune is saying that you've put in the work. Luck is changing in your favor. Stop worrying so much. And that's the part 2, guys. Stop worrying so much. Thank you, Sarah. I will message you, my little love. Thank you. If you'd like to book a read or a service, but I know you're a practitioner as well, right? So you're my Sarah, like you're my girl I connect with, and yeah. Okay. God, yes, please. Okay. 5 of Swords, we finally had to do the discernment, the cutout work, the saying, this is no more. So Lynn, my little love, 5 of Swords, this is saying, if this is causing you pain, chaos, heartbreak, it's time to let it go. Okay? So whether he's over you, you need to be over him. Guys, if it causes you heartbreak, if it disturbs your peace, it's too expensive. Let me say that again. If it disturbs your peace, it's too expensive. Relationships, families, friendships, jobs, habits, if it causes you to feel upset, we don't have time for that. Okay? So 5 of Swords, the time to stop fighting is now. And sometimes it's that radical. Be like, and also, guys, if you start looking at the person that you're fighting with or you're dealing with and you're like, all they are is a little kid. Like, I had to look at my ex-husband and be like, it's like fighting with a 5-year-old. And why is the adult, right, in this party, even though he's an adult, why would I fight with a 5-year-old that can't see reason or logic? It's the same with addictions, too. Guys, fighting with addicts is like fighting with a kid. So it's realizing that sometimes you just have to walk away because you can't fight with a 5-year-old. Okay? And trust me, I have fire sign children, right? They test my gangster. They've always tested my gangster. And sometimes I have to look at it and be like, I'm a grown-ass woman. Why am I wanting to get into a fight with a teenage girl? Like, I've got better things to do with my time than to try to duke it out with a teenager, right? So realizing... Or or my baby daddy, right? Their daddy acted like a 5-year-old. And I finally had to look at it and go, yeah, he may be a grown-ass adult, but he's not functioning like a grown-ass adult. So for his safety, for my safety, because I don't look good in orange. This is the other part, guys. I know you want to fight, but we don't look good in orange, and they don't serve what we like to eat in prison, right? So realizing, let it go if you must. And know that your ancestors have you. Karma is a beautiful thing. Sarah, can you please attest what happens when people come against you? Because for me personally, like, I know when people come against me, like, they experience a lot. Thank you, Sarah. I love you too, baby. I love watching you. I love watching you grow. I love seeing your experience. I love being alongside you. Like, this is such a crazy, wild ride that we've got going on in the world, in the United States. Like, this is just bananas. No, when I say, like, God loves me, right? And that's not shade, or that's not being, like, egotistical. Yeah. Yes. So, Sarah, I'm going to speak to this because people have lost their lives coming for me, or ended up in jail, or lost their mind. So I've started telling people, and that's also why I don't play with them, because I'm like, the consequences for me intentionally hurting someone is very grave. Yeah, so I've watched, I can't even tell you how many people get cancer for trying to energy harvest off me, or like I say, like losing their mind or dying. So your ancestors do not play around you. They do not play about you. Stop thinking that you're no big deal, and stop thinking that everybody's your friend. Yep. And that's what I do. I do a lot of alchemization, but I do a lot of alchemization. Like, people throw me free energy, I'm like, ooh, baby, all that death magic you sent to me, I'm going to build to use my empire. Like, and I have had death magic sent to me. I've had glamour spells. I've had everything under the sun, bindings. And I've been working through all of them, right? I've watched angels save me. So realizing, guys, you are so protected, but you also have to play, do the right thing, do your right side. All right? So, and don't let anybody play in your face. Just clock it and keep moving, because the universe will handle them for you. Page of Wands, Knight of Swords. And then we also have 10 of Wands that comes out in the sideways position. So this is saying we're not playing with the people anymore, because we've been carrying burdens too long. This identifies for me personally. Like, Page of Wands, I've had a lot of fire signs that have been trying to get me to keep carrying their burdens. So this is realizing, like, no, Knight of Swords, we're going to investigate. We're going to cut off. We're going to say, these burdens, I will not hold that bag for you, right? Be careful, because people will try to get you to hold their karma, and that's not what we're doing here anymore. Also, people, I love this, because people, I'll work with them, and then they think I hex them when I leave. I go, no, baby, I just took my protection with me. You were protected while I was over you. And once I saw who you were and how you were doing me and moving, I removed myself and my protection. So, let's see. We'll ask one more question. And then, Sarah, if you're still in, I'm going to actually try and pull a specific read for you, baby, if you'd like. Yeah. Okay. So, Ace of Swords. So, does Josh like you? Ace of Swords, you have to use logic and discernment with yourself. Be the mom for yourself, right? Okay. And then, Sarah, give me a moment. If you will bear with me, I'm going to go through some of these, and then I will pull one for you, because I really do feel like I want to. Okay. So, I'll do this as a general. Okay. Thank you, baby. Okay, so Ace of Swords, it's using logic and discernment. Okay, that is the biggest tool that we have been given, is discernment, being able to see the difference. Think of uncanny valley effect. You know how it's like you'll see something and you'll be like, which is the real and which is the fake? Ace of Swords is using your discernment to make sure you cut out what is not for you. Head over heart. It hurts, but head over heart. Queen of Cups, this is where we want to be. We want to be beautifully, emotionally balanced. Queen of Cups, but we can't do that. Yes. We can't do that if we have a lot of illusions around us. So Knight of Wands, Five of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. It's like they all just, okay. It's like they all came back out. Knight of Wands, this is dealing with that fiery, passionate energy, right? It's saying like, yeah, they're a player. They're here today, gone tomorrow. Okay, so Irene, this is Knight of Wands. That's playery energy. They're just looking for where it's a good time, not a long time. Babe, so keep moving. Okay? Value your energy. 5 of Swords. I said it before. I'll say it again. If it takes you out of peace, it is not worth your energy. Right? Anything that causes chaos. 5 of Swords is saying it's got to stop. We can't keep going around the same drain and experiencing the same pain and expect a different outcome. Right? Bye, Sarah. Thank you. I'll message you, baby. So it's realizing that, like, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and expecting different results. So this is the point where you pick up your sword and you say, no, my emotions are worth more than someone who's not here. Okay? And I know you guys all know this, but this is, you've been doing the work. Wheel of Fortune, we're saying, okay, the wheel stops here. That, you know, like, this is saying the luck is in my court. I'm not going to keep dealing with the people that are doing me wrong. So Wheel of Fortune is asking you, use the discernment, but know that you've done the work and it's going to work out for you. Okay, so does G love you? We are in the middle of a collective read, but all of this energy is speaking about heartbreak, pain. Okay, so it's really saying that if they love you, it's because it's what they can gain off of you. Okay, because we had Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is like a fiery, passionate, but they're not a build together forever kind of deal, which is fine. But, you know, don't put all your eggs in that basket as someone who's playery. 5 of Pentacles, when we are not in good love relationships, our finances suffer. 5 of Pentacles, so we have 5 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. This all has to change. This is saying we are in lack because of what we've been doing, who we've been hanging out with. All right, though, as we use discernment, right, as we cut off the things not for us, though. Hello, Lindsay. We bring in 6 of Pentacles and 2 of Wands. We get to balance our finances, especially after lack, and we get to balance our home and our passions and our love, right? So this is saying we finally get to that point when we stand up and we say, this is what I want, enough is enough, we're not doing any more of this, then you actually do build your legacy and your stability. Hello. So, Lindsay, I'm going to say this, all of the energy that just came up right as you came in was a playery energy, but one that you're going to have to potentially cut off. Because even if they have feelings for you, having feelings for someone doesn't mean that you can appropriately love them, right? Like, let's actually back that up. Guys have told me, oh, I love you. Yes, but you don't love me enough to offer me what I need to be sustained, right? Like, guys will say, I love you, but the only thing I have to offer you is apples. But my diet requires oranges. Like, without oranges, I'm using this as an example or as a parable, guys. So please see, right? If you are sustained and nourished by oranges, yet all that person can do or is willing to offer you is apples, you're not truly loving yourself, and they're not truly loving you, right? So it's not necessarily that they're a bad person. They just don't have to offer you what you need to sustain and maintain you. Okay? Guys, there are a lot of breaking apart right now, and I know it's really hard, but you guys need to understand that this is kind of a clearing of the path. We've been all operating in too heavy, chaotic, abusive, coercive control structures, so a lot of people are falling apart. Okay? And it's, do you guys love each other enough to work through all of the shit? Okay. Lewis, I probably is Alizai a male or a woman? And I'll say this because, and Pretty will ask about money. Okay, so Pretty, you've got love, 10 of Cups. So whatever's coming in, it's happily ever after, right? So it's realizing those 6 of Swords. You're being moved away to safety. So Pretty, whatever it was, you were in a situation that you couldn't necessarily see, but you're being moved away to safety almost from by the divine. I always look at Six of Swords. This is like the ferry, the ferry between like when you're transported to death. This is like you are being put in that boat and taken to safety, and you just need to sit down and chill out and stop fighting. Okay? 10 of Cups, you will find that happiness, that love. So Six of Swords, you are being moved to, and sometimes this does happen where it's like you just, you're like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. Sometimes you just have to like put your faith in the divine and say, you know what? I trust you. Take the wheel. We'll get there safely. And then you'll get to happiness. Okay. Hello. I'm Lara Jo. We are doing collective reads, guys. So if it fits, it sits. If it does not apply, let it fly, right? We don't make things fit here. If it's not for you, it's for someone else. If it's not for someone else, then it's for the universe, right? The Emperor. We're taking charge of our life. Fiery, passionate, Aries. Hi, Sarah. The cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. We thought he was a gun. I know I'm pulling out some old 80s nostalgia. I'm very much a cat mother. I'm very much a cat. Guys, if you want to know what animal I closest resemble, it's a cat. If you want to learn about love, life, and boundaries, cats will teach you that. I talk about Alcatraz all the time, but Alcatraz is her original name was Maddie because she was so mad. She was born in the prison. I actually wonder now if she was an employee of the prison, if she was supposed to be like a mouser, but she was born in the prison and they brought her to the shelter angry. And then she was the longest sitting shelter cat for 2.5 years until I was brave enough to adopt her, and she is practically feral. But we love each other, and we've taught each other a lot about respect and trust. Thank you, Sarah, for the love. Hello. Okay, so Hizio, my little love, booking a one-on-one is probably about the best option, but let's see if we can get you. Ace of Pentacles. So when you, Emperor, you take charge of your life, not anybody else's. And Ace of Pentacles, you start gaining your bag. This is you saying, I rise up. I am sovereign. I am the creator of my own destiny. No one can stop me. I love, people have been saying, when they say no one's coming to save you, and then people are like, no one's coming to stop you either. Yes, that is true. No one's coming to stop you. So if they're not coming to save you, if this ain't a rescue mission, then they're not coming to stop you from doing your big thing either. Yes, we do save ourselves. I actually had my ex-husband threw it in my face like 3 or 4 weeks ago. He's like, who rescued you? And I texted him, I said, no one. Not when I was a child, not when they left me brutally broken on the floor for dead. I saved me. So he wanted to give me that, well, who saved you? Because he likes to think he's the knight in shining armor. I'm like, I saved myself. Just like addiction. I'm going to be real freaking real for a minute. I drank from the age of 13. I finally gave it up at 41. I walked myself into sobriety. I didn't have rehab. I didn't have support. It actually, my family came against me when I chose sobriety. No one saved me from alcoholism. I saved myself. So please, guys, in your addictions, no one's coming to save you or stop you, but please know that you have to be brave enough, and it's possible. Because I did it cold turkey. I did it, like I say, I did it completely on my own. So if you want to know how to walk through addictions, come talk to me. And alcohol addiction is a huge problem, but it can be done. I mentally walked myself out of addiction. So that's the part of it. When people want to come say that we're this, that, and the other thing, no. I have fought demons that I can't even talk about, right? And I stood toe-to-toe with demons. I've stood toe-to-toe with Lucifer. I've stood toe-to-toe with Asmodeus. They're actually scared of me. The demonic realm is actually scared. So, because I do have the power to command these things, and you do too. You have to realize it, and you have to take your authority back, right? No one's coming to rescue you, but you have to realize that you are valid and worthy of being rescued. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, I'm here as testimony to say that it can be done. I'm also here, like my family, like I say, my family has done the worst of the worst. I had to overcome, like I'm working actively through trauma. This shit is so freaking hard, but it can be done. If you want to heal it, you have to feel it and go through it to heal it. But I can help you. I can walk you through that. Like I say, addictions, I've done it. I've walked through it. I've mentally. So this is that part of it, is that, guys, we need to start empowering ourselves. We need to start taking our power back. I can teach you how.